Welcome. We are live. So I'm excited to be here. Hi, everybody. We're coming in, we're broadcasting to a few places today. So, again, a reminder it's really helpful if you use the streamyard.com/Facebook to give permission. Then that way I can see names and not just Facebook user. Sorry, I hope that's okay. I gotta put on I forgot I was gonna put on my lip gloss before, but I just got back from the gym. So I'm sorry. Or I hadn't actually done anything since I got back from the gym. So I feel a little scraggly, but that's okay. I'm here and I'm excited to connect with you guys. Um, I got back from the gym a little bit ago, but I wanted to prep for the call today. And I want to tell you a couple things that came in that I just felt like prompted to share with you. And then we'll dive into any questions or comments. So just feel free to leave any of your comments or anything just here in the chat, and I'll get to those. But let's start out. I just wanted to share two things. I wanted to check in on the energy of the day. So I don't know if you guys watched this on Tuesday, but holy moly, maybe you guys even felt it. Like there were some intense energies coming in on Tuesday. Did you guys feel it? Holy cow. So just a refresher on that, it looked like just a real quick description. It reminded me of like if you're sitting in the sun and the sun is kind of baking down upon you. And then I also got the imagery of like a magnifying glass, that we were just underneath a magnifying glass with the sun coming through, right? Which can create fire and heat. And it's just driving things inward and a lot of heat and reflection and purification going on. So that was kind of the energy of the day then. And then, so I want to check on that, what's going on there. And then I also have a little message for you. So let's first do the energy of the day. Let's finish that one up since I was already kind of looking at it. And thank you, Natalie. Yes, I did look fresh. I went to the gym and got sweaty. And then I was like, well, here's the funny thing. I thought I looked a little bit better than when I got on the live. I was like, go do your hair or something, Martina. Go. I got the glistening shine. I just thought it was a little bit more put together than my big computer screen showed me. So that's fun. All right, let's look at the energy of the day though. Okay, so man, it is just like sunny right now. Like the sun, that heat, it's like I see this golden yellow light, pretty intense and hot. Um Lots of, and when I say hot and like a sun, just think about it like it can be illumination, it can be growth, it could be shining a light on something, right? There's a lot of good symbolism with the sun and with light and warmth and heat. But then when it's just that intense heat, it can feel a little bit like, woo, I need a break. Like I feel like I want a break, or I want to go jump in the pool for a minute, and it can just feel a little heat and pressure from it. So that the sun is still there. It's not as intense. But if I were to categorize, it's kind of funny because we are in summer right now, but energetically speaking, this is a summer of sort. It's a type of summer in the energy, just because of the way it's growth time. That's what it is. It's like heat. It's like, okay, when you think of the seasons, right? There's spring, there's summer, there's fall, and there's winter. And I like to use those terms as there's a season of birth, is your spring, right? It's new life coming up. Then you've got your growth season where things just grow internally, is a season, as well as, you have to mow your grass a bunch and plants are growing. And then there's fall, or what I call decay. It's the time when things start kind of falling apart, maybe feeling a little wibbly wobbly. And then your winter is your moment of death, and evaluating maybe what things need to be changed or released or let go of in order for the new spring and the new rebirth to happen, right? So we are in a season of growth, which means heat, which means just a lot of expansion. Um, and I'm seeing that in the energy. So, but there's other things going on because it's making it a little less intense than it was a couple days ago. Uh, the first thing, oh, I actually saw this yesterday too, but the first thing is that there's like almost a cool breeze energy coming in. It literally looks kind of bluish in color, which blue is a lot of like communication, healing. There's things like that can be with blue. And I just see it kind of coming in almost like a gentle breeze. giving us, oh, and there's also a message on it, which was like words of encouragement. Like, hey, you're doing good. You're doing good. And then behind that, I see behind those energies, I see kind of a structured energy in the background. It's kind of an orangish structure energy. And what it's telling me is that out of this heat and out of this message is going to create some new changes. So if you've been evaluating some things in your life, you're right in alignment with that. It's like evaluating, okay, what's working for me, what's not working, where am I not satisfied or fulfilled, what things inside me that are just chomping at the bit to get out, like what can I do, and what systems or what things can I put in place for a structure to help bring it forward, to bring your desires to the forefront, right? So that's good. That's really good. That's cool. It's almost like the sun and the purification is like tilling the ground. So new plants, new growth, new things that you want are going to be growing and being put in place. It's not just growing randomly. There's things that you have to do. Alrighty. Okay. And then so as I was kind of praying and leaning into what message was coming in, I don't know why today just felt like a message day. Like there was just a message that was going to come in. Did I do that last Thursday too? I love looking for patterns, and I'm like, maybe is this a pattern? Like every Thursday there's a message to go along with it. But anyway, here's the message. So I got very specifically the impression to tell you that you, and I'm going to talk to you like almost specific because it felt like a very personal message. So you are doing better than you know. You are doing far, far better than you even know. You may feel like you're inadequate or that you've not been measuring up, but you're doing more. In fact, what if, and this is kind of like a message, like I'm kind of feeling like this is what God wants you to know today. It's like, what if you're doing exactly what I actually wanted you to do? Like you already have done it and did it already. It's already done. Like my ultimate goal of what I wanted you to do, you are already doing it. So you don't have to feel like you're not measuring up, you're not doing enough, like you are already doing it. And what if the goal is not the arrival or the destination or the completion of something, but what if the goal for you is actually the journey and the growth that you're experiencing right now? What if that's actually the goal? So you nailed it. You already did it. It's already yours. Good job. So, and that was basically it. Just good job. What if you're already doing it? And it was definitely like this impression to just shift a perspective today, or even in overall. This was kind of a good one for me to kind of reflect back and go, how am I, what does it look like? What does it look like? Like, what's the difference here? If we're thinking that we only succeed if we achieve the goal of getting to the end result or the end destination or the completion of a goal, like what, but if that's our intention and that's the only time we feel like we've accomplished, then what's the difference in how we feel if all of a sudden we realize, oh, I'm still shooting for the same end result, but I've already received, I've already done, I've already gotten the results that was intended, because the intent was just to get you on the journey and growth. Like, how does that change? How does that change emotionally for you? If you're like, oh, I'm not failing or falling behind, but I'm already doing it. Like, you see that perspective change? How does it alleviate it for you? Anyone? I'd love some comments. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? Thank you, Natalie. Oh my gosh, my sweaty gym hair is just like killing me today. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm gonna put in a ponytail or something. Oh, my scrunchie's in the bathroom. Okay. Yeah, it is way more motivating, right? Like it brings a sense of I'm not failing to this sense of, oh, I am already succeeding. I am already doing it. So I thought that was kind of a cool shift. So thank you for sharing. That's how it felt for me. Did it resonate with you? Did that message were you like, oh my gosh, that was something I needed to hear today? Because it was kind of fascinating to me. I had no intentions of sharing the message, but it was like, oh, a message is coming in, and that's what it is. So hopefully that helped today. All righty. We can totally open this up now to questions and what you've got going on. If you want me to take a look at something, we could also do any type of sharing or discussing. If you want to discuss any of our spiritual senses, how intuition comes in, identity, how personality or elements of our personality or spiritual gifts or discernment. How do you make sure you're not getting wonky on a wonky path when you're getting stuff come in? Oh my goodness, what about direction, purpose? Where are you at in life? Any questions? Oh my gosh. Yes. Natalie, are you talking about the song? All of that reminded you of the Shrek song that was like, on my way? Or is that something different? No, that's on Ice Age. What song is that? I don't even know what song you're talking about on Shrek. But I love the way that your brain thinks in music and songs, Natalie. It's like a cool gift. I get it sometimes, but yours is like always like, oh, and here's a song for that. And here's a song for that. I love it. Especially when we're on, whenever we're doing our intuition gym calls and stuff. That's funny. So we can also, while some of these comments or questions are coming in, we feel free, like I said, you feel free to drop them below. But we can also, I wanted to share with you guys. I have, I'm really, really excited. On June 23rd, the 24th, and 25th, I will be speaking at the Energy Healing Conference up in Ogden. In fact, where is it at again? I know it's in Ogden, but it's at the Golden Spike Event Center. Okay, it's 3 days. You guys, there are so many cool things at it. There's group sessions. There's drum circles outside. There's a sound bath experiences. There's musicians, yoga, tons of vendors, lots of activities and vendors. Like this year is going to be a little bit unique because of how much they're adding to it. And I'm super excited. I will actually be teaching twice. Woohoo! One of them is called Unlock, or it's what is it? Something about developing your supernatural gifts and abilities. I thought that was kind of fun because I always liken these we all have superpowers, right? So anyway, so we're going to talk all about our supernatural gifts and abilities. And then the second class that I'm doing is all about unlocking, using the keys to unlock who you are and why you're here. So we're going to do all about identity and purpose, and then a class on your gifts and your intuition and the spiritual things. So super excited for those two classes. Also at the vendor booth, I got a bunch of things, and I do live readings, and we're going to have some really fun things at the booth. And if you are interested, if you are watching, I have a bunch of free tickets. So this is going to be a little Easter egg for whoever is watching. If you're watching, you want a ticket, just put EHC for Energy Healing Conference in below, and you can have a free ticket to the Energy Healing Conference. Just for gratitude for watching and being here, being a participant in all of this. So all you have to do, drop EHC below, and you have a free ticket to the Energy Healing Conference. Like I said, it is 3 days. You can check out too some of the classes and vendors and some other things there. You just go to energyhealingconference.com. But there's so much more. It is literally it's the biggest, it's the coolest one I've seen. I've been speaking at these for a long time, many, many years. Actually, since the very first one. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. From the very, very first one, I was speaking at these. So they're going to be super fun. But this one's expanded to add so much more. So again, for those that just hopped on, if you want a free ticket to the Energy Healing Conference, just drop below EHC in the comments and it's yours. You get a free ticket. It's 3 days. Like I said, drum circle, vendors, activities, sound baths, yogas, you name it. There's so many fun things this year. Okay. So what do you guys have coming up? I'm just waiting. I can sit here and I can talk all day, but I also would love to serve you guys. So if you guys have something you want me to help with, take a look at for you. Um, I trust that it always, like, these broadcasts always work out exactly as they're supposed to. And I just love showing up and serving. So what do you have going on? Do you have any questions, especially around healing, identity, um, spiritual gifts, intuition, our spiritual senses, um, any of those things? Anyone? Purpose. Natalie, do you want me to do a reading for you today on purpose? I know that you're like, I'm drawn to purpose. Okay. Okay. Should we do it? I'm reading, my dear. Okay, let's take a look at what's and I know some of what journey you're on at the moment. So this is gonna be kind of awesome. Awesome. I'd be really curious. I haven't looked to see energetically what that means for you. Okay, so we're gonna look at sorry. Okay, let's look at what's going on energetically for you. Well, yeah. Okay, energetically, it looks like a drill, like a spiral vortex is drilling down from your crown, and it's like drilling down into the core of you, right? The heart. And it's in a way, like, if you think about, if you've ever drilled into a rock or something hard, it gets to a point, it kind of cracks it open. And so if I see this drill and this vortex coming down, it's kind of like cracking you open. And so it's definitely affecting some of, like, your breath, and, like, feels like a new birth, a rebirth. It's like, there I am. Like, you were surrounded by stuff that's not you, and it's not comfortable to be drilled into and to have something crack open. But what is emerging is like, here I am, like the fullness of you. It's really cool. And it also has, oh yeah, it's really cool. I can see all the light coming from inside of, like, the cracked fissure of where it was going inside. Oh, hold on, there's something going on with your eyes. Okay, it feels like your eyes are expanding and opening up, and it's too much. It's like overwhelming, and it's making you want to close your eyes and be like, I don't want to see anymore. I don't want to see anymore. So let's see what we can do about that, because it's just blocking. Okay, here's something that could be helpful. And let me know too if this is resonating, my dear. But it feels like this, a lot of things are coming into your eyes. Maybe your gifts are really opening up and expanding with things that you see in your sight. And here's what's going on, is that it's almost trying to absorb too much and trying to understand it all. So when you get to a point when your abilities, your intuition, your gifts are opening up so much, we actually cannot comprehend, and you know this too, probably from stuff I've talked about, but we're incapable of comprehending it all. We just can't. Our mortal brains, the speed, the comprehension, and so it's like almost let go of trying to understand it all. So it's almost like things are just going to, like, float through. You're just going to observe, like you're just watching, and then just flitting on by. Or it's just kind of like you like you just kind of got this, like you're almost in water and you're just kind of moving through, or fog, it's like this stuff. So your eyes are amplifying. You're going to see lots of things, but don't try to understand it all. Just be in a place of observing to help with the eye intensity. And it's like developing new sight, and until you can get used to having that amount of information come into your sensory, your eyes. So very cool. Hey, look at this fun theme we got going today. We're going to be talking all about purpose. I love themes. It's like we all kind of are connected. All right. Hi, is it Kaylee? That's a cool spelling. I don't know if I said it right. Kaylee? Yeah. Okay, very, very cool. All right, Kaylee, let me see where you're at and kind of purpose. Okay, so it feels like a very big topic. Obviously, purpose is a big topic and it's like has a lot of layers to unravel. Um, and it feels like here's another theme today. Well, purpose really does kind of reside in the heart. Like it's when you can feel, when you're kind of led by your purpose, your chest, your heart kind of expands, and it's like um it expands, it kind of jumps for joy, it's excited, it likes what it's doing or being. And so I see this like invitation energy. It's kind of like going down into your heart. And it's like I see parts of your heart that are like illuminated and they're light and there's things that you enjoy, that maybe it's like you enjoy them, and they're parts of your heart, but it's like you just are doing the everyday thing and you haven't fully tapped into some of those things that just are part like deep in your heart, if that makes sense. Let me see if I can find, if it doesn't make sense, I'll see if I can find another way to explain it. It just reminds me of somebody who's kind of getting busy, like a busy mom who's like, "Oh, I really have this desire of my heart, but I'm being a mom right now. I'm being a mom." And so it's always just kind of like in the background. And so I would start to maybe like look at how can you feel like you're listening and expanding those elements of your heart and the things that bring you that joy, your personal part of your personal purpose. How can you bring that forward and be a mother, right? And do busy life. So it doesn't have to be either or. Like you don't have to shut one off and only do the other, but it's important to keep nourishing that fire in that your heart and that light in your heart. There's also a season. So when I say, do the word and, like maybe right now it can be expressed just in smaller ways or more in your home or wherever you're at, but you want to still keep a channel open there, right? To keep it fluid and flowing out of you. And then as your children age and maybe life situation starts to change, then this can become more the forefront. And then, as like I've got kids that are now adults, I don't have to put as much. It's almost like I'm doing these things here and then I've got my kids here as far as time and energy goes. So anyway, let me know how that speaks to you. But having those children and doing that life is a very beautiful and sacred role that you're fulfilling. So definitely to feel that gratitude and know that it's a contribution, really. It's like I was going to say, that is not your purpose, right? None of our but it can be, but the traits that you have there can be part of it, if that makes sense. Like I see a lot of things in your heart where there's other ways that you care for people, right? That's a mothering energy, and no matter where you care for people. So I see beautiful purpose and gifts in your heart with caring for others, loving others and caring for them. And then how that shows up is going to look different, right? For your love and care of your children right now, it's going to take a little bit more time and effort and energy. But as that time and effort and energy shrinks back down, then your other areas of expanding with your heart will grow. But that is still part important and part of the purpose and role. Definitely listen to that heart though. Oh my gosh, girl, I homeschooled too. I get it. It's tricky. It really does take a priority, and it's you can feel like you're being selfish sometimes, but literally it's like, no, mama needs this. Mom is doing this. Like that's when I started developing meditating 3 times a day. That's so weird. But like at the beginning of my day, I would start my day, I would do my prayer and like meditate on kind of like who I am and remembering who I am and just kind of tapping into, yes, I am Martina. This is who I am, and trying to find joy in myself. Then in the afternoon, I gave myself a few minutes, like 15 minutes is all, but it would just go in my room and just reconnect to like relaxing, dropping all the stress and all the like little grimy things that I had just been doing. And then by the end of the day, and sometimes I would have to take a baby with me or a child, and here, just read but mama needs this. And I'd put on headphones. And then at night, I would do my meditation for creation. And I still do kind of 3 every day. But anyway, good luck, my dear. It is exhausting. Sending you love. Okay. Um, let's see here. Sharon, let's focus on you, my dear. Okay, I love this. What is your purpose? Like I said, that is a question only you can really discover because it's so nuanced. It is so layered. It is so deep, but we can find clues. We can find purpose words. We can find paths. We can see where your gifts are, your gifts, your personality. All of those things are clues to our purpose. So, anyway, but let's look to see where would be a good place to put your focus to discover more of your purpose. How about that? Okay, let's look at this here. I keep getting things in my eyes. I wonder if there's something else I'm supposed to see. Hold on. Okay. So, all right, Sharon. Let's look here at you. Okay, I was thinking it was something with my eyes, but I think it's something. So there's a little bit of a weariness going on in your eyes. It's almost like sometimes this is going to sound kind of weird, but sometimes our doing and seeking answers actually prevents us from receiving them. The reason for that is that sometimes even just by nature, the energy of the spirituality side of us is more that feminine energy, right? We all have the masculine and feminine energies. And so spirituality and getting some of that and receiving in general is all that feminine energy, right? It's just being, it's receiving. And so sometimes when we get a little bit too much in the, oh, I want answers or I'm seeking, I want to know this, I want to know this, the seeking outward, then it's not making room for it, for the receiving to come in. There's also a component with energy, which is really kind of funny. And you guys might have heard me say this before, but sometimes energy is like, it's sometimes in the things we're chasing, it's like it becomes like a kid on the playground. And so I want to kind of give this imagery here. If you can imagine a playground and there's a little kid that comes up and is like, play with me, play with me, play with me, play with me, right? A lot of energy coming at you, like, play with me, play with me. What do you do? What is your reaction if this little kid is like, play with me, play with me? Your reaction is like, ah. And so it starts to shift away and move away from you. But now imagine this kid is super friendly and just starts having fun on the playground, all like just having fun and playing. And you're like, oh my gosh, that looks like so much fun. I want to go play, right? Then you naturally, your energy wants to go closer to that little kid, right? So energy is kind of the same way. So sometimes when we're chasing something and trying really hard to figure it out or get our answer or to do something, it's like the energy backs up from us. So when we just get into that place of surrender and trusting and letting go and finding the clue and letting it just come to us at the timing that it's meant to come, it's going to be more effective and more profound and faster a lot of times than if we think that if we chase it, it's going to make it faster, but really letting go and surrendering can speed it up because now it's going to come to you. So that feels like a really good reminder for all of us. Actually. So Sharon, thank you for asking that question. And I hope that helps. It's like, it feels almost like seeking too much of your purpose is stopping it. Like when I look at the purpose, it's like, no, don't lean in and try to find it anymore. It's time to receive it. So it's going to come to you. I would start to, here's something that you could do though. I would recommend maybe like journaling, looking for themes and patterns. What's going on right now where you could look at it and go, oh, it already is speaking to me. I am finding clues on it, but you just didn't see them when you're in that energy instead of just receiving it. So look for those clues and patterns and journal and see what's already there because it's already coming in around you. Okay, love that. A job. Okay, I don't see who this is, but I can totally take a look at this. And yeah, if you wanted to give StreamYard permission, it's just the streamyard.com/Facebook. And Okay, so when I look at you in a job and the energy, I actually see your eyes kind of going down to something in front of you. Um, but or like something's in front of you, but your eyes are actually looking elsewhere. So that tells me that possibly there's a job for you that is somewhere closer to you and within your reach and just like right here, right in front of you, but you just didn't know it or see it yet because you're looking elsewhere. Where's my job? Where's my job? It's already right here. So some things that you could do is look for um look to people you know, ask around, ask for some referrals, like look at people you know, resources, things around you, like it's something close, and that it would just start looking around at things that are closer than it feels. Like it might feel farther away. Like I don't know what to do here, but just see what's around you already with people and resources and places around you. So very cool. Yeah, definitely let us know on that. Okay, I love that. Oh, look at all this. Lots of purpose, purpose. Okay, what time is it? Okay, I'm just gonna quickly do these last two. Okay, Amy, let's see. I love this. We've actually got a course in the intuition gym where we talk about our purpose. We've talked about our purpose words, and because there's different ones. There's like a purpose word, which is more like a verb. And then we've also got our values and things that what our motivations are, like what drive us, what motivate us, like where we're heading, what we value, right? All those virtues and so that we value. And those are a little bit different. But a purpose word to me is like a verb. Like it's a theme that goes through everything in the way that you parent and the way that you like the books and the movies that you like to the way you decorate your house. Like I can see my word and like almost like a lot of my like pretty much all my decorations. Um, and so for me, choosing a sacred word or purpose word is kind of a very personal and deep thing. But I'm going to see if I can just at least get something or a word for you as some kind of clue. There's something about clarity or like clarification, like to clarify something. Like so for me, like the word would almost be like to clarify. Like a purpose word is like you're here to help clarify, to bring in the way that I see the energy of it is like to bring something like bring it almost so what you're saying is this, right? Like kind of getting to the end result, kind of a laser beam kind of um if somebody says something you want to take it vague and you want to like pin them down to a more narrow specific because you want to clarify it very succinctly. But it could also be like if there's chaos in your life, it's like, no chaos. I just want to like just bring it in and simplify it, clarify it. So there's something, I see something around that type of energy when I'm looking at it. It's like wide to thin, and then you kind of coming in. But the word itself, I definitely just invite you to play with it and explore with it and see what feels right. See if what I just gave you is a clue, or see if it is actually to clarify. That'd be kind of fun to see. So, all right, and then we'll do this one. And then that's the last one I have for today. Okay, I love this theme of purpose. I know, right? It's what you're focused on. Did you want one as well? It just was a statement, I guess. I didn't see who it was. So I guess it's not really one. It was a comment. Hooray. Yeah, it really is fun. Like, um, and back to even like that's one of the classes that I'm going to be doing at the Energy Healing Conference in June, up in Ogden, is on who we are and why we're here, like what it means to find your purpose. And a quote that I love, but I don't necessarily fully agree with because I agree with it, but I just wish it happened like the quote. And this quote is from Mark Twain, and he says, "The two most important days of your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why." Okay, like I do feel like it's super important to understand who we are and why we're here. It's like a core driver of human nature. We want to know who we are and why we're here. But here's the only flaw with that quote is that it insinuates that you can discover your purpose in one day. Boom, here's the day I know. Nope, doesn't work like that. It's like layers, it's like breadcrumb trails. It just line, like you just get a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. And it's almost more like, the way that I actually view it is it's more like an unraveling. It's a more of a remembering of who you are. So you're peeling away things more than you're, getting to who you are. It's just a remembering and pulling away. So anyway, so that's kind of a fun thing. But that is my favorite topic, like understanding who we are, our identity, our gifts, our personality, the way our brain works, like everything about discovering who we are and why we're here is like my core thing I'm most passionate about in my life. Yeah, in fact, I've got like most of these books. I've got a whole, see another bookshelf. I've got one right here. It's pretty much identity, like identity, personality, our brain, all just kinds of stuff about how to unravel who we are. So, or unravel and find who we are. So anyway, so thank you for being here. Again, if you want a free ticket to the Energy Healing Conference, just type EHC in the comments and you got it. And I'll just send you the link. You just enter your email. So anyway, I will talk to you guys soon. Have a beautiful day. Bye.